One of the all-time legendary rock bands, Queen, have sold over 250 million albums across 5 decades. The combination of Freddie Mercury's vocals and Brian May's guitar make them instantly recognizable to music fans all over the world. But how can listening to the songs of Queen help us to improve our English? In Queen's 1977 hit, We Will Rock You, they begin with the line,
"Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise."
The word buddy is an informal way of saying friend. Some other informal words for friend are pal, mate, and chum. But more formal ways of saying friend are ally, companion, and compatriot. The buddy line gets repeated 3 times in the song at different stages of a man's life. First, he's a boy, then a young man, and then an old man. This is quite a simplified way to talk about the stages in a person's life. So let's look at some vocabulary that we can use to talk about this in more detail. So we start life as a baby, and then at the age of around 2, when we start walking, we become a toddler. After this, we begin to use the word child, which is also a general word that we can use for anyone who is not an adult. A child, or the plural form, children. At around the age of 11 or 12, we begin to refer to children of this age as pre-teens. And then from the ages of 13 to 19 as teenagers or adolescents. From there, we can use the general term adults, but anyone who is in their 20s will often be referred to as a young man or a young woman. People who are around 40 to 50 will often be called middle-aged. When people are old, it's often considered rude to call them an old man or an old woman. So instead of using old, we use the word elderly, and we could refer to people of this age as an elderly gentleman or an elderly lady to make it even more polite.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday.
To be a big man means to be someone important and successful who has a lot of influence. So, the young man in this song had ambitions to become someone important in the future. But at the end of the song, we hear the line,
Buddy, you're an old man, poor man.
so it looks like he never achieved his ambitions, and at the end of his life, he was still a poor man. Some alternative vocabulary for poor could be penniless, broke, hard up, or needy. So instead of calling him an old, poor man, we could refer to him as an elderly, penniless man.
We will rock you.
The word will has many different uses in English, but there are 2 specific functions of this word which could apply to this line, we will rock you, depending on how we interpret it. Firstly, when Freddie Mercury sings We Will Rock You, it sounds like he is making a promise. Some examples of promises could be, I will be your friend forever. I will definitely help you to move house. I will never say bad things about you ever again. Also,
I will always love you.
so we will rock you could be a promise. We could also interpret it as a prediction of something that is going to happen. There are 2 ways that we can make predictions. we can use will or going to. But there is a difference in how we use them. We use going to when we make a prediction that is based on evidence. For example, we could say, this band has an amazing guitar player and we are going to rock you. The evidence that this prediction is based on is that the band has an amazing guitar player. And because of this evidence, we can make this prediction with confidence. If we make a prediction like, we will rock you, there is no evidence for this prediction. It's solely based on the speaker's opinions or their beliefs. So, just from the lyrics of this Queen song, we have learned new vocabulary for stages of life. Baby, toddler, child, preteen, teenager or adolescent, adult, middle-aged, elderly. We've learned alternative words for poor, penniless, broke, hard up, needy. We've looked at making promises with will, and we've looked at the differences between making predictions with will or going to. If you enjoyed this video, check out the next one here on the left of the screen. Please consider subscribing to the channel and come back soon for more Songs in the Key of English.